welcome back to the show. Well, we can't celebrate Volunteer Week without acknowledging our fantastic crew here at Rogers TV. Did you know that we have over 60 people within our community who come in to help us produce just about every show that you see here on the channel, including here on Out of the Fog. So here to tell us more about all of this is our Coordinator of Volunteer Resources, Kelly Sandoval, and Bridgette Abbott, along with Zack Power, two amazing volunteers. Guys, thanks very much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so all of you work very hard behind the scenes. What's it like being now on front and center on the camera of the show? A bit different, eh?
Yeah, it's good though. It's a good time.
Excellent. Well, I know, Bridgette, you're no stranger to being on TV, former Miss Newfoundland and Labrador. Kelly, I want to start with you. Tell us a little bit about our team that we have here.
Well, we have a great team, and they're a very diverse team. So I'm delighted to say that, because we have everybody from someone like Zack, who's 16, he's still in high school, and just jumped in with his 2 feet, like just amazing enthusiasm and initiative. And then we also have a great number of retirees who are looking to do something completely different. Maybe they've done a totally different job all their life and maybe been curious about what it's like to be behind the scenes, and they come to us, and they love it. They just love it. And we also have a lot of students. We have a great relationship with MUN and the Volunteer Bureau there, and so we often get a lot of MUN students that are interested in pursuing this field.
Excellent. Okay, so Bridgette, I'm going to bring you into the conversation here now. How long have you been volunteering here, and what made you decide to volunteer at Rogers TV out of all the things that you could spend your time doing?
Yeah, I started here in September, and it's been a great experience so far. I volunteered a lot in the past, and a lot of the things I've volunteered with before have been directly helping people in need, such as families with sick children, other things in the community that need direct help, and I seen this opportunity, and I thought it was something different, something where I could gain new skills, where I could learn new things and be involved in something kind of behind the scenes, yeah, it's just been a great experience so far, so I really enjoyed it.
Excellent. And so guest relations and makeup is your main role, I guess we could say, here on Out of the Fog.
Yeah, so in that, like you said, I still get to meet with a lot of people. I'm still, every week there's an interesting guest. There's someone who has something new to share, something new going on in the community, a new program that they're planning, or some kind of experience that they've been involved in. So get to hear about that firsthand and then hear about it again on the show. It's really nice, and I'm networking and making a lot of great connections. So
excellent.
Yeah.
So Zack, as we heard, 16 years old, still in high school. You've got lots of energy that you bring here to Rogers TV. What made you want to volunteer here?
Well, I wanted to get into journalism, and I was thinking, well, I could start here, right? And I figured that this would be one of the best places I could go to, really. It's right in the field, and hopefully I get some experience out of it.
Excellent. So sports journalism specifically. Yeah, so I know that you, of course, you spend some time here on Out of the Fog, but down at the Ice Caps games. Yeah,
and I've done a bit of camera work down there and some other things like the graphics and replay and whatnot. I've seen it all, and it's amazing, the people that you see, not only on Ice Caps, but on Out of the Fog here, too. You see a lot of culture and community.
Now, if I remember correctly, one of your moments that kind of really took you back was when Bob Cole, I think, was in the studio, right?
Yeah, I was just shaking in my boots. And, oh my God! Oh.
Super fan.
Yeah. So tell us about our program here at Rogers TV and how it works.
Well, we have many different capacities that somebody can volunteer. They would first start by applying, and on rogerstv.com, there's tons of information about the program online as well. Once there, that application comes to me, and then I have that person in, and we take a tour, and then we decide what kind of role they would like. So we do have very technical roles, and we also have a little non-technical roles. No previous experience is required, so people need not be afraid to try something new. There's always industry professionals here to assist and to train, and that's what we do. So someone could come in and do what Bridgette does, which is make up guest relations, where they're interfacing with people. So obviously, people skills are very important. Or they can do something like camera, like what Zack is learning. Yeah. So there's tons, and everything in between. So there's switcher and audio, graphics. So there's tons of different capacities that we train here.
Okay, and well, Bridgette and Zack, just tell me a little bit about why you think volunteering is important. We heard a little bit about obviously what you do and kind of what you're getting out of it, but overall, why do you think it's important to volunteer in your community?
Sure.
Well,
yeah, you go ahead.
It definitely brings together a sense of community. We have a great group of volunteers here. Bridgette mentioned how she was helping out with sick children. And that's what we really need. We need the community to come together, and it's not all about the dollar figure, but it's volunteering so much as your time, and it's free to volunteer. It's not going to cost you anything, so what do you got to lose?
That's right, and especially looking around, especially in our times in our province right now, a lot of resources we tend to lose. So, whether that be an organization that are understaffed or a program that's happening after hours, such as even being here, it's important to have that volunteer group that you can depend on, who can come in and help out and lend an extra hand where it's needed to ensure that a program can go forward or the organization can succeed in reaching their goal.
Right. And I know that when we were just talking to Pete Soucy, he was talking about how people volunteer their time, but they don't necessarily do it for the thanks. But I know we're marking, obviously, National Volunteer Week, and it is a time to say thank you and appreciate and recognize. And I'm just wondering, in terms of being the coordinator of volunteer resources, why do you think it's so important that we really recognize? I mean, when you think of the 60-plus people that we have here.
Well, we just wouldn't be able to do any of this without them. I mean, they are an integral part of what we do, and the reason we do it, because we are really reflecting back, a window into the community, and they are our community, and being part of it, they leave an indelible mark on each production, and they definitely need to be thanked every day for giving of themselves. It's incredible what they do.
What would be, I guess, Bridgette, I'll ask you first, your favorite part about volunteering? I don't know if that's a hard question to ask or not.
No, for sure. I just love giving my time. I love being able to help. I'm a real busybody. So by volunteering, I feel, and everyone always says, Bridgette, you have a hobby? There's tons of hobbies, but my biggest hobby is volunteering. I'm involved in a lot of things. But I love that, making that connection, being able to see where my work and the work of my fellow volunteers, how far that extends and the change that can make in our community. And it's just, it's not, like you said, to be thanked or to feel like gratification at the end of the day. It's just to know personally that you've reached out and that you've made a difference and that you've played your part. And when everyone does that together, it makes something so beautiful.
Excellent. And Zack, how about you?
Well, it's more than just meeting new people. I met Bob Cole, right? And it's obviously extends more to that. And I just love the butterflies before you can go live. You can feel they're going in your stomach, and you're doing the camera and you're shaking like this. But in the end of the day, I love it, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah. Those butterflies still happen for me every day, and I think I love the butterflies because it gives you that good feeling, and it's that excitement, obviously, before we all do a show. But we actually had to leave it there already. We are all out of time. I know that people, you said, can go to rogerstv.com to apply to be a volunteer. And I guess we'll sign off here by saying Happy National Volunteer Week. Thanks for joining me on the show.
Thank you.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to take a very short break, but we still have more to come here tonight on Out of the Fog. Stay with us.